Welcome back on this cold Wednesday night. It is April 28th at 8:32 and I'm here with Tyler Kincaid. How you doing, buddy?
Not cold.
No, it's not cold. It's actually really nice in my apartment, but I needed a new intro. I thought I'd go like newsman.
Yeah, you could do that. How am I doing? I've had better days.
Really? We were just talking. We were hanging out all night and we were just talking and at no point were you like, I've had better days.
Yeah, well, something just popped into my mind that I forgot to tell you.
What?
I got a parking ticket.
Oof. For which one of your many
Which is what's funny is because you know my situation.
Oh, the fact that you have probably five things wrong with your car that you can get a ticket for at any given time right now.
Yeah.
Is that
Give
fair?
or take a couple, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So what was this one about?
Well, so for those who don't know, my car is 2 years past inspection and a year past registration. And I drive every day. It's not just sitting there.
I'll say something. Go ahead. Continue.
But, and I got it on. Were you at my house yesterday? Was that yesterday?
Yes, the steak.
I got it yesterday while we were out back.
You just didn't want to tell us?
No, I didn't notice until this morning.
Oh, like on your street outside you got it?
Yeah, outside of my home.
Were you on the wrong side of the street?
No. I got a registration ticket, which if the cop's coming down the street, he sees I have a red sticker, and he's like, there's no fucking red anymore.
It's two colors
Yeah.
removed. Either this person died and they haven't moved the car in 2 years, or you were just slacking hard.
Yeah, and then as you get the ticket, they fucking look at your registration, so I got that too.
And did they get you on the broken windshield?
No, they
No.
See, I feel like most the broken windshield. I mean, it's an avalanche. My life is a daily risk.
We had cornhole today, and we usually meet at my house, and I always subconsciously I'm like, oh, I don't know if I want to drive tonight, and I'm like, do I want to live though? Like, do I want to get there alive? Then I'm like, I'll drive. Like, I don't mind. It's fine.
Well, yeah, I drive a tank. It's just an uncertified tank.
It's a tank that could literally fall apart at any time.
Oh no, you
literally told me that the wire on your tires were showing.
I didn't say that. I said they were bare.
What's the fucking difference?
Well, bare is just like when you use gym shoes too much and it's just smooth. You don't see the insole of the shoe. It's just smooth. Like you can't see the wires yet. It's smooth.
But then they defeat the purpose. Don't they have tread for a reason?
Yeah, but we got past winter, so I'm in the clear now.
I don't think that's how it works.
But anyways, and I forgot this. I was gonna say something, but then you reminded me when we were outside.
Mm-hmm.
So we had a couple people over and we were grilling out back of my house, right? This happened. The ticket says at like 7:10.
We were there at 7.
So
yeah.
everybody was there, and it's right outside my house. So the cop came by, saw that I had, and I wanted to see if I'm delusional
Yeah.
or if like this all makes sense. The cop sees my red inspection sticker, right? He writes it up, then he looks at my car, sees I have an uninspected registration. Do you think in the cop's mind he's like, wow, both of these and it's just parked here? Like, was it in somebody's driveway and they're doing something so they moved it out here? Or do you think like this guy's driving a major infraction of the car?
Let's just point out which you are.
I am, yeah.
So let's just throw that in the beginning. So you're saying, did that cop, in the gracious of his heart, say, maybe I'll cut this guy a break?
Because there's no way he can't hear us.
Sure, but how is he supposed to know whose car that is?
No, he's not. But like in his mind, is he like, yeah, this person is driving illegally, and I'm getting him on both of these things? Or was it like, if both of these are off, maybe something's up, and I'm gonna be a good guy?
I think if you didn't have plates on the car, he'd probably get you for that too. But if there weren't plates on the car, maybe I would get your line of thinking. But I don't think, because at the end of the day, it's nothing to do with them. It's all like tax revenue for like the city, and that at that point, so it's like it's not like, I don't know.
And I don't know how quotas work. I don't know if parking tickets count towards that.
Listen, every person I've talked to said that quotas exist, but of course every cop that I'm like friends with, they're like, we don't have quotas. I'm
I
like,
call BS
I call BS too.
because they would just let everybody off if they know this you're not doing the wrong thing.
Mhm.
Which maybe my luck is running out now because that's the second time I've got pulled over for the inspection sticker.
Were
now.
you on a string of good luck?
Well, yeah. If it's been 2 years, I haven't got pulled
Oh,
over
you
in
didn't get
2
pulled
years.
over at all or got like parking tickets at all for that.
Nothing. Well, no, nothing. I was gonna say I think the last ticket I had when I've had so many fucking
Was
tickets in my
the
life.
comedy
The
store?
comedy club. And I parked semi in front of a fucking fire hydrant.
No, you parked in front of the fire hydrant.
No, there was enough
And-
room for them to do whatever they had to
and
do if there was a fire.
What's crazy to me is that when you came in, I was like, you guys, no one parked in front of the fire hydrant, right? Because there was an open spot, and I remember driving by thinking that's weird that there's just a spot in front of the comedy club. And then I reminded you, and you're like, no, we're good. I'm good. And dude, that was so bad. They got you for 3 different fucking tickets. They got you for parking in front of the fire hydrant. They got you for being farther than 10 inches away from the curb. And you put your fucking license plate in wrong when you did the online.
Yeah, so I had to pay
You
for
got
the-
3 parking tickets
Which-
for nothing.
Which seems like, you know, how many times that's happened to me where I've been gotten one infraction gives me like 3 or 4 tickets.
Yeah, maybe it's because you put everything off to the last possible. Although in your case, you almost have to because we talked about this. To get all this done, you have to do like 1,000 things in order for it to.
Yeah.
Like the steps.
So I've done the first step. I needed to get an oil change to get the light off of my dash to be able to bring it into the shop. I have a cracked windshield. I don't know if the guy will pass the crack or not. So maybe I'll have to get the windshield done. Then I have to get it inspected, but with the inspections, I may need brakes. I might need 2 back tires. You know, I don't know. And then all of that just to get the registration. So we're talking about like several $100s.
Several hundred, at least, yeah.
At least, bare minimum, several $100s to get me going again.
Although I'll tell you, the last inspection I had to get, my car was running relatively fine. Like, for the most part. Like, you know, you hear some things, but like, whatever. And I remember I went there, and it was like everything was wrong. It was like little things that I didn't even, like parts of the car that I didn't even know existed. But like, I saw pictures, and I was like, oh, that's just hanging off. Like,
Yeah.
it's not supposed to do that. And I remember it was all at once, and it was like something crazy, like $1,800. And I was like, ugh, no. But in order for it to pass, you like have to do it. It's crazy.
Cars, man.
We should bring horses back.
They might die faster than a car if you ride them too much.
Yeah, but you don't have to get them inspected, do you?
Not inspect. Oh, it costs you way less money.
Oh, yes.
But I think you might have to get new horses.
How much are horses?
A lot.
We're not. Listen, they're not winning the Kentucky Derby. I just need a horse to get me from fucking home to work.
We could look into it. But I remember at the comedy club, I got my ticket 20 minutes before the show ended. Like, that's the part that makes me mad. If you could give me a ticket for that, fine. I thought I was far enough away from the fire hydrant.
Yeah.
Apparently I wasn't. Whatever. But, like, the show was almost over.
He was this close to the fire hydrant.
No, I wasn't.
He
It was
this
several feet.
close.
At least 3, 4, 5, 6 feet.
No. Nope.
But yeah, bad things come in like pairs of 3. I remember one time I was delivering food, and I rolled a stop sign in front of a cop. But then when he got behind me, my tail light was out, and then like I didn't have my seatbelt on, so I got 3 tickets, like while I was delivering food. Like it happens regularly.
But all of those things were. It's not bad things happen in 3 or it's whatever. It's all those things could have been preventable from you. Well, you came over a couple weeks ago, bocce night, I think it was, and your headlight was out. You had no idea.
You know, I would say my car is very reliable, but as I tell all these stories,
It's not reliable.
it is not at all.
I mean,
It runs great, but there's like all these small things that give me tickets.
do you want to tell everyone what you had to tell the cop after he pulled you over, or you asked him to do when he was walking away?
Okay, so last week I had to go to a wake and I got pulled over on the highway. He said he saw my red sticker. And yeah, obviously he did because he pulled me over. Great eye on that cop, right? I was in the right lane, just fucking cruising. Pulls me over and I tell him where I'm going and he's like, all right, man, go on your way. And as he was like going away from my car, my fender, because I'll get into this too. I can get into this. But my fender in the back, like right above the right wheel That's a fucking tongue
Wheel well?
twister. Yeah.
Right above the right
Right above the right wheel well. He's just it sticks out. Like as soon as I hit 60, 65, it'll pop back out, and then you just have to pop it back in. It's like as he started walking away back towards the cop car, I was like, "Hey, yo, can you pop in that thing that used to be sticking out?" And he's like looking around, and then he like fucking slams it shut. And he's like, "Oh, good man."
Do you think at that point he's like, I just gave this dude out with a warning, and
Yeah.
like he's gonna, this
Yeah,
thing's gonna fall apart.
He's like, I'm gonna see this guy in a couple miles. Everything's gonna be like just laid out on the ground. It's just gonna be like nuts and bolts.
Right above the right wheel well. There we go.
That's a tongue twister.
That was a good one.
I like it.
Speaking of tongue twisters, I was twisting my tongue around that bomb ass pizza we just ate. You know what? We had the conversation a few podcasts ago about the different pizza styles. New York is growing on me, man. It really is.
What did you say before?
I like the buffalo pizza, and because we talked earlier about the I like a nice, hearty, substantial crust.
I'm more thin, and that spot you showed me, I'd never been there. It's a dope little spot.
It's good,
I like it.
right?
I'm gonna go back there.
Yeah, it's good.
And good pizza.
Super good. It goes that place that I took you to. There's a place Nino's I like, and then do you remember in like elementary school they would have like the overnight refrigerated pizza they would just give to you?
You know, the big squares.
That's like elementary school probably, right? Because in high school we actually had good pizza, but in elementary school I remember like
We had sausage on it, and like the cheese was like, I don't even think it was cheese.
Yeah,
it
but
was like a white layer of something.
But how lazy is that though? It's just like, all right, let's make a bunch of pizza and then cool it and then just give it to the kids and they'll eat it cold.
yeah. I don't know. You know, I always fucked with school lunches.
Oh, they were bomb. Especially, dude, I tell people about all the stuff that we had at our high school, and they're like, "What?" And I don't look at our high school as being like some bougie ass high school. Like
it's not Texas or California, wherever you see those in all those.
No,
videos.
and ours wasn't that level. But we had four different lunch lines, right? If I'm remembering this right, 4 lunch lines, 2 that changed periodically, right? Like
we had the
daily,
hot lunch.
the daily lunch that changed, and then the other 3 were like chicken fingers, like
Chicken wraps.
no, that was the chicken line. We'll get to that.
Oh, okay.
But it was like French fries, nuggets, right?
I ain't never get no nuggets.
Like popcorn chicken, or is that in the chicken line?
I think that was in the hot lunch line.
Wait, so what else was in the French fry lines? Because I know there were 3. There were 3 that did French fries and something else. Pizza. I think it was it was French fries and pizza. That's what it was. Hot pizza. I'm definitely remembering this. So there's the hot line that changed, and then there were 3 lines that did pizza and French fries, and then maybe some generic other thing. And then we had a full salad bar. We had
a full salad bar.
yeah, it was right to the left of the 4th line, the 4th whatever. Yeah, it was off to the side. And then we had a chicken line, which was all chicken, so chicken wraps, like chicken fingers, popcorn chicken. That was across, and we had a full like snack line that also had like personal pizzas and what else they had? Pretzels, slushies.
And
yeah,
they had the fucking bomb ass cookies. Remember those?
so
Jumbo
good.
cookies.
So good. But I tell people we had all these things, and they're like,
Oh,
what?
and the crunch bars. Remember the fucking
Yes.
chocolate and strawberry crunch bars?
Ooh, with with like the little herpes around them.
Yep. Delicious.
So good. So fucking good. But no, I tell people that and they like don't they're like what? Like I didn't think that we had that. I mean, what was our graduating class?
I'd probably say like 400.
400, right? So
We'll call
it was a
400.
pretty big school when I compared to schools out here, but I don't know. I tell people that
And everybody thinks Jamestown is country, which it's like an in between. Like it's a city
yeah.
that's kind of by itself, kind of.
We had Amish parties.
Yeah, but like a city,
yeah.
and we had a lot of people, and like, I don't know. I always fucked with the hot lunch, and everybody thought I was weird because like the hot lunch was gross back when we were in high school.
The lunch that changed every day.
Yeah.
Like it'd be like turkey dinner.
Oh, and I was all over the turkey dinner. And school spaghetti, still that's the best spaghetti.
No. The best spaghetti
The best spaghetti
ever. It's like Chef Boyardee.
But they do something to it. School spaghetti is where it's at.
The worst part about it is, you remember they used like ice cream scoopers
Yep.
to like just fucking
Plop it.
it was the most like when I think about like movies in real life, like how things are depicted, and when the lunch ladies literally scoop it and just slam it on the thing, I'm like, that's as accurate as it could be.
I don't know what it was. I loved it. And I mean, everything that they had, I would get the hot lunch every day. I'll get it again. If there was a place to go get hot lunch, I would go there.
They're called restaurants.
No,
and
like
usually a much better quality.
No, I want that.
You
It brings back some
you
kind
want
of
the
nostalgic
diluted quality.
thing. Yeah.
I wonder if we could just show up. Although now you need like passes and all this other bullshit. But I wonder if we could just show up and be like, yo, could we just like cop some school lunches
We could say we were visiting somebody, like a teacher.
and then just hop in line?
Yeah.
That's true. The amount of times I saw teachers just like hop in line and get like the school lunches or whatever, they did it all the time.
I used to ball on lunch too because I used to get free lunch.
Mm-hmm.
And then like the money that I would have for lunch, I would just use in the snack line.
There you go.
So
Scamming the system.
I was
like
double
it.
dipping.
Scamming the system.
Hell yeah.
Tell you what, those crunch ice cream things were so fucking good.
Yeah.
And the slushies. Remember there was like the shocker shit and the slushies?
The shocker shit.
Yeah.
Do you remember? There used to be like this. She had to have been 104. Winnie, you remember Winnie that used to run the snack
What
line?
about Grandma Eva Jean?
That was a different school.
Completely different school. Same profession. Same lunch woman, but different school.
Do you remember Winnie?
Yes.
I mean, really
Short.
frail, old,
Short.
white-haired lady.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. And you remember like D Butts?
Yeah.
Really ghetto black kid. He would come in and every day be like, "Hey, yo, Winnie, let me get that large blue." And like she would just give him the large blue thing with like extra shocker. He wouldn't even ask for it. Like everybody loved Winnie.
Did we have bad lunch people? Like I'm trying to think, because I mean,
Yeah.
we got in trouble, and maybe we'll talk about that one day. If we're going, maybe we talk about it today. Do you remember? You were there, right? I'm not just making that up. Like you were there when we got like in school lunch suspension.
I've had it a couple times.
Wait, this is a complete. I'm like mixing up stories here. So we had Grandma Eva Jean when we were middle school lunch when we would play. We got so I don't know how much money got donated to our school, but that year we got a brand new like lunch area, the bougiest fucking lunch area for a bunch of middle schoolers. Like it was all like basically a glass room, so you could look outside. There were these new like circular whatever. So circular tables, and then the tables had circular seats that were like connected to the tables. And us as like middle school whatever is every time someone would get up, we would like just spin around the fucking table so that they couldn't sit down. Really ridiculous. But I remember Eva Jean always coming in and being so like disappointed in us. And as one of the times I distinctly remember in middle school being like super like feeling bad that I disappointed someone of authority.
I didn't give a fuck. Those people were so serious about it. Like, come sit down in your seat now. Like, why? This is lunch. I got friends everywhere, Eva Jean.
And how old are we in middle school? What is that? 14, 13?
13, 14, 15, 14.
Something like that. But yeah, I remember that. That was
We definitely had bad lunch ladies. I had a food fight in elementary school. I had ISS lunch for that.
well. That was what you said, 4th grade.
Yes.
Okay, no, but were you there the day that they said that we tried to poison? Was it Corey Colville?
Eating hot sauce.
Yeah, they said okay. Eli brought the hot sauce, right?
I think so.
Eli brought the hot sauce, and we were all eating this hot sauce, and we put a shit ton on this kid's food. And
he wanted to do it.
He did. He was asking for it. He was asking for it. So then he started freaking out because the hot sauce was ridiculously hot as it is. And they sent him down. They like tried to say that we were like trying to like fucking murder him. Basically,
they had to take him and they had to pump his stomach.
Yeah, I didn't know that part.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he was like, "Ain't nothing hot enough for me. Give it to me." And Eli was like, "All right, dude."
And I remember we all got called down, and they gave us like in school suspension lunch. But there were so many of us that they didn't have the room wasn't big enough, so they gave us our own private conference room.
Yep.
With like
just us and our friends.
Just us and our friends together, sitting around a conference table. With the most comfortable like meeting conference chairs. I was like, this is the best punishment I've ever had for.
Yeah, that was wild. I remember that. Oh, we were rambunctious back then.
Yeah.
I remember in high school, fucking Curry Anderson and because they were older than us.
Yeah.
So the group he sat with, all older than us, they used to like play games like in lunch, and like at a certain period, everybody like you couldn't get up from your seat anymore. You had to stay seated until the lunch bell rang.
Sure.
Their game was like everybody gets up from the table and the last person standing like wins. And like I remember Curry like running away from the lunch ladies like to be the last one, and he's trying to trace them down. You got to sit down. He would just run all over the lunch line, and just it was so funny to watch.
Do you know what I feel bad for is, could you imagine being the lunch lady to tell a kid that they couldn't like fucking eat because they didn't have enough money for their food? Like, can you imagine that just shit of a person to be like, just not just be like, yeah, just fucking go. Like,
Yeah, I don't know how that works. I don't think they could say not, because I feel like they would be like,
no, they do. Like, I think that's like a thing. Like, especially if there's like your account is like overdrawn or whatever, like you owe a bunch of money. I don't think they give you food anymore.
that's super shitty. Like,
Isn't it?
well,
They might give you like a bullshit meal, like a fucking Uncrustable, like one peanut butter and jelly and like a fucking water that's from the drink fountain.
what I would give for an Uncrustable.
Ugh. The crust is my favorite part, so I don't like.
We're just different because we come from. I grew up like my mom was poor. That's why I got free lunch.
Yeah.
Like I used to, like our dinner was just like one. You know those videos where like white people don't season anything?
Yeah.
That was my mom who would come home at like 8:30, and it would just cook one chicken breast, and you would just eat that. That was dinner. Just one chicken breast.
I mean, I do like chicken. Isn't that crazy how like that then? But like now I'm like, oh, I gotta getting beach body ready. I'm just gonna eat one chicken breast.
Just dip it in some barbecue sauce. But I wasn't. That was, I don't even know how old I was. Whatever.
Years ago now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just so wild. Because now I'm pretty sure I saw that, like the USDA is like giving free lunch to everybody because of the pandemic.
Which isn't that fucking crazy that that's not the case already? Like you're in a place that you are like obligated to be at, right? Like you have to be in school. Granted, unless you get homeschooled, whatever. But it's not like you can just like choose not to, go to school. And then they're like, you have to be here, but then also you need to have money to like pay your like to eat. Because it's not like granted you're paying money in taxes, but in that case you're paying money in taxes to eat almost, right? Like I feel like
I was just gonna ask that because like you pay what is it, the property tax part
yeah,
of that?
Yeah, the property
goes to
tax.
the school.
Yes.
So like, what are you paying for?
Well, and then also like the salaries and
It should be
Yeah.
everything.
Like exactly.
School should be like one entity.
And honestly, if it was just like the hot fucking changing lunch and we didn't have all the bougie shit, but it was just like that was just included, I'd be like fine with it. Like I just think it's kind of fucked that you have to be somewhere and then you're also forcing these people to like have to pay to fucking eat the delicious ass chicken wraps we had.
Taco Tuesday. Remember Big Pizza Wednesday? Just fucking drench that thing in ranch.
How not Buffalo of you. But no, I do remember. To be honest with you, it wasn't until I moved to Buffalo. Again, I love blue cheese. I'm always the blue cheese wagon. But I was the ranch guy until I physically got to Buffalo.
Buffalonians don't like wings with ranch. It's not ranch.
Screensaver changed. It's okay.
The real psycho is on the background. It's not. It's ranch is delicious. I just don't think Buffalonians like it with wings.
No, yeah, I agree with that for sure.
Pizza and ranch.
No, pizza I think is a subsidiary of wings. They're like fucking. They're not dating, but they're fucking.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
You know, have I ever told you my dad's a lunch guy?
Was or is?
I'm not entirely sure because of the pandemic.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're back yet. But my dad has like 19 jobs, and one of them is like a male lunch guy, like a lunch lady, but a guy.
A lunch man.
A lunch man.
A lunch man, yeah. Does he like it? What school?
Yeah, he loves it.
Is he at a school?
Yeah. It's like Bemis Point, something back home close to that.
I feel like no one's ever nice. No one's ever mean to the lunch lady because they're giving you fucking food. Why would you be mean to the person that's feeding you, right? So I feel like being a lunch guy or a lunch lady, Like it's a pretty
Oh, my dad loves it because he's got like little kids or whatever. I think he's at like an elementary school.
yeah.
He's just always goofing around with them, and he will, like they love him because my dad's a big goof anyways.
Yeah.
But it's like wild that that's one of his jobs. He's just a lunch man.
Um, other than the whole not giving a kid food, I definitely, I don't know. Maybe I would want to be a lunch guy because it makes it sound like it's super fun. Are there any jobs that like you wish that you have always wanted to do or like thought would be a really cool job, but then just like never did it or like haven't done it or won't?
I
do
always say, like, if I could go back in time, I wouldn't have went to college.
it? Right.
I would have went probably either like in the service or like to a trade school.
Mhm.
Because like a carpenter to me, like to be able to build something and have a finished product and be so rewarding and be like so good at a craft, like a tangible craft that people
Yeah.
have to pay you for, is like cool to me.
No, that is cool. So you think you'd want to be a carpenter? Like, would you want to build like houses, or do you think you would just want to do like things, like you want to build a table?
Any and all of it. I think if you can do one, you can do the other.
Maybe.
I don't know. Like that
This is coming
probably
from-
would be my
this
career.
is just coming from me as like a non-carpenter, but I feel like if I can build a table, that doesn't necessarily mean I can build a house.
Well, that's like a construction thing. Like,
Okay.
carpenters are like doing like remodeling type stuff, like
I think-
electrical, plumbing, and doing.
Carpenters don't do plumbing. They're carpenters.
But they're a jack of all trades.
Okay,
I
now
think.
I feel like you're just making up your own definition of a carpenter.
Well, no, they maybe I don't know what it is. I just know they build stuff. I want to build stuff. I want to be like
Like an engineer. Hold on. Now, what's the definition of carpenter? Because I'm thinking
Carpentry.
Carpentry means building things out of wood. I thought.
I thought it was like fixing things, like drywalling.
Because there's carpenter ants, and they hang out in wood.
I don't think that has anything to do with it.
Why would that not have anything to do with it?
Because they're ants.
Okay, hold on. Carpentry. Carpentry is a skilled trade and a craft in which the primary work performed is the cutting, shaping, and installation of building materials during the construction of buildings, ship, timber bridges, concrete, formwork. Carpentry, the activity or occupation of making or repairing things in wood.
Okay, I think that'd be cool.
Yeah, no, it'd be super cool.
What do you got?
I would want to like write movies.
Now, is that something that you think it would be cool to do, or that you want to do?
I think it would be like such a crazy great job. Reason why I feel sometimes I'll see, going back to the lunch person thing, right? Like that when I watch a movie and there's a lunch lady that just fucking smashes the thing of lunch on the tray, I'm like, that's so visceral. Like I distinctly remember that happening, and I feel like there's times in the day where I see something and I'm like, this is so interesting that it's happening in my life. Like I wonder how many other fucking people out there this exact thing is happening to. And I think that'd be cool to see that, write it, and like have other people feel that same thing.
Do you like writing?
Yeah.
Like that?
Am I good at writing? No. Do I like? I feel like if I could do the Siri talk to text, it would be a lot better. But just me sitting down and writing, I'm not.
Like a script?
Yeah.
Do it. That's something you could do.
Yeah. I haven't done it yet.
That'd be cool. And I know I've said this in the past. I want to act in your movies. Acting is another one that I want to do.
You want to be an actor? Well, we talked about that last episode with the.
I think it would be fun. And I know everybody says it's like you act for like 1 hour while you're on set for 20 hours. Like that, I don't give a fuck about. Like
Yeah.
the actual act of acting would be fun.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that'd be dope. I hope this works. There's a write error on our audio interface, but it's running still through the computer, so we should be okay. So I'm not gonna worry about it. No, I think you'd be an actor. Okay, question.
Answer.
Name a movie that's been out that you're like, I would have fucking killed it in that role.
Oh, I don't know. I never look at a movie like that.
You said you want to be an actor. Give me what movie do you think? You know what? Given if I'm in that situation, I would have fucking played the shit out of Edward Cullen.
Out of what?
Edward Cullen, Twilight, vampire.
I took a girl to the date to one of the Twilight movies before. couldn't get over how stupid it was. There's a whole bunch of talking dogs the entire time.
It's so dumb, and it's so like they spent like almost no money on it. So a lot of these things are like we're supposed to believe that they're like fucking these crazy immortal fucking whatever, and they're just in costumes in the middle of a park, like running around with each other. Like it's the most ridiculous movie.
I'm not about it.
No, me either.
A movie that I think I could dominate in. Like, I feel like I could be the third stepbrother.
Yeah,
Yeah.
is that why you like this?
What an idiot! Oh, what a loser!
Not stepbrothers,
Good.
but
No, Will Ferrell.
Good.
Will Ferrell.
Yeah, that's where I was getting with it. Like
I
that,
think I would
you think
be,
you can fit into that level of comedy, or
I could be the
type.
great value Will Ferrell.
the great value Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Because listen, man, I think you're funny. I do, but I don't see like you as Will Ferrell or
To be
anything like that.
goofy?
No, I think you're goofy, but
yeah,
like
that's what it is. I'm not saying my acting is as good as his.
to be fair, he's not that great of an actor. I think he just yells a lot.
I think the movies are better than Will Ferrell is. But whatever, like those things. I don't know.
Has he been in any recent movies,
I have no idea.
Will Ferrell? Because I feel like early Adam Sandler movies, great, right?
The best.
Billy Madison, Happy Gilmore, Mr.
Waterboy.
Deeds, Waterboy, Little Nicky,
No, what's the good one?
Little Nicky.
Big
Popeye's
Daddy.
Chicken's fucking awesome. Yeah,
Big
great
Daddy.
movies, right? New movies, not so much. Click, Pronounce You Chuck and Larry. What are the other really bad ones? The one with his sister where he like
you know.
plays whatever. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is, has Will Ferrell made any recent movies? Because I feel like movies back then were so good. Like it was a different time in people's lives, and like comedy was different. And those same movies, if they were released today, would not be nearly as, I think, successful or whatever.
I don't know, because as of a couple years ago, like all movies that come out are like shit to me.
Really?
Yeah.
All of them.
Almost.
There's some
a
really good movies that came
90%.
out in the past few years.
Like what? Because to me,
I need to think.
all of the movies that come out these days is like they're checking off boxes to be politically correct.
Woke.
Yeah.
Dude, did you watch the Oscars?
No,
It was real bad. Real bad.
I didn't even see one highlight. I
It
didn't
was
even.
real bad. I guess there was less than 10 million people that tuned in to watch it.
Yeah, I heard like 9 or 7 or
It
something.
was so bad and so uncomfortable and like so awkward and just.
But I just feel like that's what all the movies are now.
No, I agree with that. And it's so tough because I get what these movies are trying to do. Like, I really do. Because they feel like there's a group that's underrepresented, and like I get that they want to represent them. It's just the way that they fucking do it is so just like not original. It's not like example. Perfect fucking example. The Avengers movies, right? Did you watch the Avengers movies?
I'm not a big superhero movie guy.
Okay. Well, these are both superhero things, but anyway, there's a part in Avengers where it's like a girl team up, and that's like a big part of the movie or a big part of the scene. It's like all these female superheroes that are all teaming up to like fight other people, right? And the way that it's done is just so inorganically in your fucking like it's like, all right, this is all women all lining up, like we're trying to enjoy this. And it's so just uncomfortable and like kind of cringy to watch. But then there's the show called The Boys, which I was trying to get you to watch. And there's a scene at the end where it's a girl team up, the exact same thing, but it's done with it's just part of the movie. Like it just makes sense. The way that these characters are acting, it's not like a scene that was put in strictly to virtue signal. And I feel like that's kind of what you're talking about is a lot of movies are putting these like parts in that necessarily aren't part of the character. Like just give us a strong fucking character, no matter who it is.
Yeah, they have to check boxes so they can sell it. Like
Yeah.
it has to be in your face so that it's noticeable, and I just notice it all the time. So all the new movies just kind of stink to me.
What was I looking? The last. Ooh, Tenet. Tenet was fucking great.
What? I tried to watch that somewhere.
Great.
Who's in that?
John David Washington. The new Batman. Who's the new Batman?
Christian Bale.
No, the new Batman.
There's a new Batman.
Robert Pattinson.
How did I miss the new Batman?
He's in the. You didn't see that trailer?
For what? What is the new Batman?
It's the Batman movie. The Batman.
The Batman?
The Batman.
Is that has it
The trailer came out. They're just finishing filming. I think, now.
Oh, so it hasn't actually been
No,
out.
it hasn't come out yet.
Okay.
No.
Cuz I only fuck with the Batman and I fuck with Batman.
I feel like I showed you that trailer when it first came out. I think I was with you. Maybe not.
CTE. I only like Batman and who's the red guy? Deadpool.
Robin. Oh,
Robin. Who's Robin?
Batman's sidekick.
Oh no.
But no, yeah, Tenet was fucking great. Tenet was.
I remember I wanted to watch that.
Oh, it's long, but it's fucking fantastic. What else? Oh, Jojo Rabbit, fantastic movie.
Never heard of it.
What other movies? Marriage Story,
Never
fantastic.
heard of it.
Trying to think what else. I'm just like literally looking up Oscar movies.
But you can't look up Oscars because that's all artsy stuff.
But these movies are just fantastic. They're just so well done. Like really great movies. Oh, Eurovision. That's the last Will Ferrell movie.
The dancing one.
Yeah.
It was on Netflix. I tried to watch it. It was absolutely garbage. I just had to turn it off.
I guess that's my point is made, right? These movies that came out now, are they as good?
I
don't know.
can't think of something and be like that. I would kill that role. The things I would like, Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul, like those drama things. I would
Yeah.
love to be a part of something like that. Or my favorite movie, maybe of all time.
Oh,
Have you ever seen Nightcrawler
yes.
with Jake Gyllenhaal?
Jake Gyllenhaal's a very good actor, dude. Can you go ahead.
In that movie, first of all, his acting and the character that he brought to life, I think, is masterful. And then the whole premise of the movie, I think, is masterful. Like everything about it, I would like to be a part of something like that.
Yeah, that's you. Yeah, I didn't see Jake Gyllenhaal in like the whole movie. Which, speaking of Jake Gyllenhaal, he's in so many. Could you imagine having that family, having like them siblings? They're both very good actors, like Maggie and Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah, top
Really
three
good.
favorite actor for me. I'll watch.
Jake
I've
Gyllenhaal?
watched everything.
Shia LaBeouf, Jake Gyllenhaal. Who else?
I really had a thing for Tom Hardy for a while.
Tom Hardy's fucking great.
Yeah.
Really good. Prisoners. You watch Prisoners?
Yeah.
Masterful movie as well.
Is that the one with the kidnapped daughters?
yes.
Yeah.
Great. Jake Gyllenhaal's in there. He's like the
Jake
detective, I think.
Yeah. I don't
Has
know.
he been in a bad movie? Seen him.
I watched one where there was like two of him. Like he played two roles. It was weird and it wasn't that great.
He played two roles.
It was, yeah, like it was him, but like two different people doing something. Like a clone of him or something.
Ooh, dude, Donnie Darko.
I was going to say, I've seen every movie of him except the one that made him famous, which is Donnie Darko.
That's a head fuck. Let's see, what do we have here? Nightcrawler, Southpaw. Not the greatest movie, but a good movie. He
Solid.
was very
and it was
good.
hyped up.
Yeah, Love and Other Drugs. If you like rom coms, great with Anne Hathaway.
You don't have to tell me, dude. Jake Gyllenhaal is my guy.
Oh, and he was in Zodiac.
Zodiac Killer, yeah. He's the cartoonist.
Jarhead. He is a very good actor.
Yeah.
Very good.
If his name's attached to it, I would like to act alongside of him.
Seen any other movies coming up? He's in some. Yeah, no, that's yeah, he is great. Where are we going with this conversation?
Well, it all started with cool jobs we would want to do.
Oh yeah, writer, actor.
Do you have anything else? Did you ever watch like Mike Rowe in Dirty Jobs?
Yes.
I would love to be on that show and to do all of those.
The dirty jobs.
Yeah, the wild things that, because what's so great about the show is like nobody would want to grow up and do these jobs.
But they're needed.
They're needed. They're the fabric of what keeps the society running and everything. And somebody is behind it. So I thought like that show is dope, but like all those jobs and stuff.
Sometimes I feel like I'm cheating my life. Meaning that like sometimes I feel like I just not take advantage, but I lose sight of like what actually makes all this stuff possible, right?
Yeah.
Like sometimes I would like to do a job, kind of you said carpentry or something where I can like I am the reason that I'm like benefiting my own existence, if that makes sense. Like sometimes
your own existence, but also it's like I'm not just stealing the finished product for myself. It's like I'm helping, like what I said, like the fabric, like you're involved in it, kind of.
yeah.
If you get what I'm trying to say.
I'm picking up what you're putting down over here, man. It's right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree. Like just you're being a part of the wheel that keeps turning.
Perfectly.
Yeah, you're not
perfectly put.
You're not just like picking and like what some fucking, you know. It's so crazy because if everyone was just able to fucking do these things for themselves, we wouldn't have like underprivileged, not underprivileged children, but like these like super fucking shitty countries that, you know, are paying people $1, you know, a month to make a T-shirt. Like if we just knew how to fucking, you know, make clothes for ourselves because we need it to survive.
Well, we do, but nobody wants it because it's such a menial job. So I think we just source it somewhere else.
But I just mean like we're at that point where it's like those things that we need to survive. Now it's just like at a luxury. Like we're at that point in evolution where it's just like all these things are, I don't know.
No, I'm with you.
Yeah.
And it's wild to think about. Like there's the important jobs, like the wheel that we were just talking about.
Yeah.
But even like a cashier, like nobody wants to be a cashier, but you're without those people, like and cashing people out for their food and everything else, like nothing else runs.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, that's, I forget what religion it is, if it's a religion, but the idea that like, I think it's a lot in like the Indian community, I think. Like the caste, not is the caste system, is that technically what it is, where it's like you are going to be born into like a job and you may never leave that thing, but there's like respect for everyone throughout. Like you may be a janitor, but we respect you knowing that like your job is so fucking important. Like without janitors, everything else falls apart. Like you may be a janitor, but you need to be the best fucking janitor that you can like be, right?
Yeah.
Not talking down. Again, we need janitors, but like, you know what I mean? Like that's I feel like people don't look at things like that or jobs like that right now.
No. Deep introspective way to look at life. But do you have and this is such like a third grade question, like a job that you're like your dream job?
Like if
Anything, you could just pick something, this is my dream job.
dream, like as far as like money doesn't matter, just like what I would want to wake
Or
up and
money
do
does
every day.
matter. Yeah,
Just
yeah,
like wake up and
yeah,
do every day.
Yeah. But obviously making money doing it.
No, yeah, for sure. It's so tough because okay, hold on. I needed like 1 second to think on this.
Do you want me to go ahead?
Yeah, you go, because
My dream
need a second.
job would be like a professional soccer player overseas.
Okay. So we're doing that.
I said anything.
Anything. Okay. I was thinking. So you just want to you'd be a soccer player
Overseas.
in that new like Premier League or that new Super League.
That'd be fucking wild. I would never play because there's so much talent in that. But yeah, I think like because I told you before, like when I go on vacations, like I want to know the culture of what like the locals do, what they eat, what everything about that. So like to be overseas, like to be an American overseas and learn it and live it, but also represent my country and like traveling, playing soccer, like, in the World Cup and everything about it just is sick to
dope.
me.
Okay, so I guess I would want to be a photographer, but not in the way that like I've done. So like I've shot weddings, I've done that whole business. I would want to be like a Magnum photographer. Like I would want to go to other countries and like document, like go on assignments, like document, to be a documentary photographer, right? And I feel what's just so crazy is like all these things you're like you wish you could do. It's like you could like if you trained every single day from the time you were whatever. Do you think you could have gotten to like a height in like soccer?
Probably not, just because it's so
like any sort of height. Like you could have played.
I never cared enough.
Well, I'm saying if you did. So from like
it's so wishy-washy.
100%.
I mean, like if I cared enough in high school, that would have led me to play more of like Black Watch, like a higher up travel team, and that would get me probably looks into a college. Like, there's so
Exactly.
many levels to it.
I guess where I'm going is if you knew, like, do you think all these athletes, these people who are famous or like have the highest level of success in a given field, do you think from an early time, an early age, an early whatever, they looked at it and said, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do everything in my power to get to this point, which, like you said with soccer and with me, like I feel like if I wanted to be a documentary photographer, I feel like I would just have to do it. But it's like the money involved, like traveling, like I never want, but like the people who are doing it, they're like, yeah, no, this is what I want to do. This is what I'm going to do. Right. So I didn't pass that level of just like
Ambition.
sure, ambition or just commitment. So like you're the same way. Like if you from the age 7, you're like fuck everyone. Like this is what I'm gonna do, and you did all that stuff. Like, do you think you as a person, your will level could get to that point?
Yeah. Would I be Lionel Messi?
No,
No.
But you could
Could I be
like,
Christian Pulisic playing at Chelsea right now? Probably not, but could I be a level below that? I think like if I wanted to, yes.
sure?
Because
okay.
I like my willpower. I just think is so strong that if I was like, yeah, I want to do that and just did it, sure.
Now is so? Is that like again an evolution just to our environment and our community and our population, where it's like, I mean, you just have to do things, right? It's
That's
like,
what it always comes.
it
down
always
to.
comes down to, right? But you're always taught that you can do whatever. But I feel like no one ever explains like, but you need to actually do what you want to
Right,
do.
and I mean, for me, it was like, yeah, I love soccer, but I also love doing other things. Do I want to
Sure.
spend all my time on one thing, or do I just want to be a kid and do a whole bunch of fun shit? That's what I
Yeah.
did.
No, exactly.
And I think that's like that for everybody. It's like, do I want to wait? I don't want to say waste. Do I want to put all of my time to doing this one thing to get where I want to go, or do I want to spread it out? Because like I said before, like I want to live my life like a buffet. I like the options. I like to do other stuff.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't even know where this conversation started. I mean, jobs we wanted to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Photography would be dope.
Oh, I would love to just go to like everything that's going on and like the coronavirus BS in India. Like a bunch of people are like so many people are dying. Like it's a crazy situation over in India right now. Like, I would like to go and like photograph that. Like that would be awesome.
It would be very cool.
Very cool. And I could do that. I could buy a plane ticket. Well, I don't know now because of COVID, but like I could do that. But it's like I never did. And it's almost like I have no one to blame but myself, right? With anything or any job that I ever wanted, it's like you have no one to blame but yourself.
I'll caveat my answer with another one.
Okay.
My friend showed me this guy a couple years ago on YouTube.
Mhm.
His name's the Food Ranger.
Okay.
He's very similar to like remember Anthony Bourdain?
Yes.
And he had the show Parts Unknown.
Yes.
I guess like I want to be like that show. Anthony Bourdain, who travels to other shows and eats their food and learns about that spot that he is.
Other like countries and areas.
Yeah,
not other
everything.
shows. Okay,
And it's
yeah.
not like big cities. It's like the small villages that do things a certain way, and this is
Yeah.
how they survive. Like I used to spend hours at night watching Parts Unknown.
But what's crazy is I've watched it too. But like nothing is stopping you from doing that, right?
Money.
Sure, money. And I guess that's what it comes down to. But like it's never been easier if you wanted to just get up, go do this, travel, go eat someplace, get that experience, blog it, document it. Like you could do that. It's never been easier for you to do that. But like
It is, but it comes down to money. But then you're like,
Yeah.
you're working all of this time just to do that for what? If you got enough money. I mean, you have to pay all your bills still, unless I'm backpacking or something. But even then, that's my own decision, I guess.
and that's where I wanted to take this is at what point is your dreams of what you want to do, does it stop being reality when you're like, no, this is what I have to do to survive in like my world right now. It's not anymore like I need to make clothes like we talked about, like I
Yeah.
need to do this to like make sure I survive. It's I need to do this bullshit job that means nothing so
Yeah.
that I can survive, and like all the stuff that I wish I could do I'm not gonna do.
No, yeah. That's a valid point. I think a lot of people usually do end up asking themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I eventually have a child, like I just want to be like, whatever you want to do, just do it. You can make money off everything. And don't end up doing something for 30 years with a, stupid retirement savings that you just wasted. Like do something you enjoy. And I just feel like we always stopping ourselves from doing whatever we want to do.
Yeah. No, it's 100% true. It's I was thinking about this earlier. Do you know who are garbage fucking humans? Garbage
What
people.
a transition.
What a transition, I know. I was at the grocery store, and those people who like don't put the carts away in like the cart corrals.
Yeah.
I just feel like they're just terrible people.
They leave them in parking spots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh, I really hate it.
Generally pisses me off too.
Yeah.
And I bet we could have a long list of people like that. Like
Oh.
it's such an easy thing to just do, but you don't.
No, and it's for the betterment of everyone else. Like I don't understand it. But I saw that not like the other day, and it was windy, which made it like exponentially worse. So that it compounded. So I wanted to bring it up because I was just like, what other things do people do where you're like, if you see them do this, you know that they're just like shit people.
And you're catching me on the spot.
No,
I
I
know if you had told me about this like a day, 2
Yeah.
days in advance, I would have a fucking list.
I hate when people pull out the napkins somewhere, and like some napkins fall out and they just leave them there. Have you ever seen people do that? Like the napkin dispenser, and they just leave them fucking just chilling out of the dispenser.
That's a pretty odd one.
It's a
I feel like you just saved somebody a little picking. They're still there. It's not like they're on the floor.
yeah, it's really dirty.
What?
No,
No. I'm not on the same page
You're
with
on
that
the
one.
same page on that one.
Oh, here's one.
Okay.
When you're at the store and people have so much fucking items and they go into the self-checkout,
Ooh.
like you're going to be here for a while. Like you shouldn't be here. Get the fuck over there in aisle 4.
Or what about the people who have so many fucking items and they're in the express line where it's like 5 items or 7 items or less, and they clearly have like
Yeah,
20?
same thing.
Yeah.
Fuck are you doing?
Because you know the people that work there aren't gonna be like, "Hi, excuse me, can you not get in my lane?"
You want to
like,
know what I want to do to those people? Like while I'm behind them? I want to hit them right in the back of the knee and watch their knee buckle. I just go like this.
with the car? Oh, that'd be funny. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. Fucking, you could walk around in a store and find out 10 things to fit that.
Do you like these headphones? I'm like looking at you and then I'm looking at myself in the camera. Do you like these headphones overall?
I don't mind these, but if I have AirPods, can they hook up to that?
I don't think they can, unless we got some sort of like Bluetooth whatever. But that'd be more trouble and money than it's worth.
Okay, because I didn't know if you could hook it up to the computer instead of this big device.
No, this is like our recording interface, and that's how we get all the fun.
What a
The
I didn't know if you
idiot!
could do both.
Oh,
No.
what a loser!
Like I didn't know if this would run to the
Good.
laptop or not.
No.
Good.
Because AirPods are maybe my greatest investment. I use them every day. They're
So glad I bought them.
they're a spectacle of art in my ear.
Steve Jobs is literally coming right now in fucking the pearly gates.
I don't think he had anything to do with that.
Steve Jobs?
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying,
Tim
like,
Cook.
okay, but I'm just saying that you are fucking just a masterful of art and Apple product.
I had to buy my second pair. Like I got the first ones that first came out 4 years ago or whatever they were.
Mm-hmm.
I had and now they don't work, or one works, the other one plays for like 10 minutes and then stops.
You're really hyping up this company right now, T.
Well, I got this. I had to buy them again, so that says something.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing that I got like a newer version. I don't think I got the AirPod ones or whatever at Target. Whatever I got, you said
Yeah.
you got some too.
I got the 2s, the version 2s.
And they're a little bit different because like I said, I listen to them almost all day.
Yeah.
If I'm listening to something and somebody texts me, and it'll be Siri.
Yeah.
And the old AirPods didn't do this. The second one will be like, Mike said, and then it'll tell the message. I didn't know it did that. So I'm sitting there like working, and all of a sudden I hear my AirPods go, "You a bird ass hoe, bitch ass bitch bitch." And I go, "Wait, what the fuck was that?" And I was like, and then my stuff started playing again, but it went silent and it said that, and I was like,
Who
did
the
somebody
hell called you a bird ass bitch?
fucking Timmy 2 Foot? And I didn't hear it like Siri say. Tim says,
Yeah.
all I heard was like this big insult, and I thought Siri was like coming at me. It was so out of left field. I had never. I was so lost.
See, I thought, because I just got my AirPods not too long ago, I thought all the AirPods did that. Like, I thought all the AirPods, when you got a message, it played it to you.
Nope. It used to be like if you had your phone like on volume, you would just hear like ding or whatever it was.
Oh, it's like a notification.
Yeah.
But it didn't read it to you.
Siri didn't say, Tim said, you're a bitch ass bird, or whatever the fuck he said to me.
Do you ever, now do you reply with the headphones? Because I do
No.
that sometimes now. Although it's really weird, because like that, I feel like I like leveled up, because I hate when people walk down the fucking street with their phone literally like 2 feet ahead and it's like, Sharon, I need you to pick up the cookies. Like,
Yeah.
why don't you just fucking, at that point, just call, right? Like, why are you talking to text? Like, it just makes no sense. Although with AirPods, I'm like, yeah, tell Tyler I said he's a...
I talk on them. Like
Yeah.
if somebody's calling me, I'll just double tap and then I'll talk on them.
Right, I mean, but like if someone texts you, like, and it reads it to you, do you press like, just say like reply and say, okay.
No, I let it sit there.
No, you just let it sit there.
AirPods are dope.
They are dope. I'll tell you what, I feel like for the longest time, all I ever listened to like music through was my computer or my like phone speakers. Like, I'm just chilling there, or my car. I couldn't tell you the last time I actually listened to music with headphones in. It's a completely different fucking experience. It's like I could hear every little instrument in my headphones. Like, this is sober mic, by the way. This isn't like me going fucking crazy in my head trying to listen to everything. It's crazy what these headphones can do. It's just like an Apple.
I haven't
trying
really
to get an ad here.
like I haven't really used any other Bluetooth headset,
Yeah.
so I can't compare. But the music quality is dope. It's good.
Yeah, and it's like stereo, right? Like I forget who I was listening to. I think it was Bleachers, and they do a lot of like experimental sounds or whatever. But it was like I could hear every instrument come in and leave and out, and I was like, this is wild.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I've been listening. I've always wondered, like, it's like kind of like a Black Mirror type show. Like, I had a number, whatever I was thinking of, and I wanted to know the number of hours, like, it would show me something. Because I want to know how many hours, like, of podcasts and of music, of everything that I've had my AirPods in for.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think I'm probably going deaf. Like, I have them in almost more than I don't.
They say that there was like a rise in ear infections because people had those in all the time.
Yeah, I don't know. Probably have one right now. As we bring them up, we tear Apple down.
No, that'd be. I feel like I would, dude. The amount of times I look at my screen time, like it's on my home screen, and I'm like, what? I was on my phone for 5 hours today. Think of all the shit that you could get done.
Oh,
Think
God, how
think-
sad is that?
Think of all the professions that you could actually do. Say, I have no time. You have time. There's no reason for me to be looking at this fucking block for
It's
5
like
hours
enough-
a day.
Yeah, that's a part-time job.
That's crazy. What's your screen time right now? You're probably gonna put me to shame, or like gonna be much better than mine.
Hour 36.
Ugh, mine is definitely not an hour 36.
46 minutes of social, 14 minutes of productivity and finance, 5 minutes other.
5 hours and 48 minutes.
Jesus Christ.
It was a slow day today, but isn't that nuts?
No, I'm with you. Like on the weekends, that's probably what it is for me.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you were. I did a half day today, so I wasn't at work. It's a full day.
When I'm not working, it's terrible. It's probably the same as that or worse.
I also like use my phone to like play things. You know, like I'll play like YouTube on loop, or I used to.
I don't know if that would count.
Well, for a minute, I
Or YouTube might, because it stays open.
Right.
Like if you're watching a Spotify video, you could close it.
yeah, before back, I mean, that was no excuse right now, but before, I remember when like Rogan was just on YouTube, I would just have YouTube playing on my phone and whatever, and I'd have like my headphones in and do it that way. But depending on where I was.
I don't know.
Anyway, but yeah, I don't know, on things a lot.
Does that still say read error thing?
No, it's still going. It's still going through, so.
Okay. I like everything we've said, so I hope it stays.
Yeah, me too. I think this is an okay podcast. I'm not, you know.
Oh, shit.
Oh, man. How do you want to do this podcasting for when we go on vacation? Because we're both taking a vacation. You're taking 2 vacations. I'm taking 1.
Yeah, I'll be gone. It doesn't affect this one, but I'm going to Florida this weekend. This will be the first time that I leave for vacation since 2019. Well, or 18 or 19. I haven't gone anywhere since.
Are you excited?
Very. Or maybe I don't know. I want to say the last time I went somewhere was like, I went to San Diego. I don't know if that was 2018 or 2019. 2020 was a wash. I don't remember if it was 2019.
Maybe it was the end of 2018.
No, because it was in March. Might have been 2019.
I don't know. I wasn't invited.
And what a shit show that was. It was a boys' trip down to San Diego. We went across country. And let me tell you why.
Yeah, let's hear about it.
First of all, let me tell you a little something about me. I like to do a lot of things.
Yeah, you're a buffet.
That I know are not like the right choice. I'll do things that are stupid or dumb, and then I'll just be like, yeah, we're making memories, right? So I want you to keep in mind when I tell this story, okay? So I have a buddy that is currently in the Navy.
Yes.
And we were planning like a little trip out there to go visit him. He had just finished like whatever boot camp or whatever he was doing. Like now we could come out there. So this had been in the talks, and I was just I've had it because nobody was planning anything. Nobody wanted to commit to anything. So I was like, I'm fucking doing it, right? So I got an Airbnb, and I didn't know that when I booked it, like it was Memorial Day weekend. It's like, fuck, everything is so expensive. Like plane tickets, Airbnbs, everything. And like I was just like, all right, is everybody good with these dates? And this and that. Everybody committed, so I bought everything, right? We get to San Diego, and one of our buddies is like, yeah, I rented a car. Like it was supposed to be like a nice car or something.
Yeah.
And he shows up in a fucking like caravan. So we whipped the whole trip in like I don't even know Dodge Caravan or something, some minivan. I was like, oh, this trip is going straight to fucking Watertown.
You weren't balling out with that minivan?
We were.
Yeah.
We tried to make the best of it. We called it the foreign. But so everybody, and we get there, right? Now we're all together. We have a friend that lived in like Virginia or Ohio or something, so he met us out there, and then a couple of us flew out there. They're like, yeah, where are we staying? What are we doing? And I was like, well, I don't really know how to explain where we're staying. And they're like, the looks on all their face, like, what do you mean you don't know?
And how many of you were there? Total? 3, 4?
Yeah, 4 of us. What do you mean you don't know where we're staying? Or I booked something, but I don't know what it is. And everybody, what the fuck are you talking about? So I was like, I showed him the thing.
Like the reservation?
Yeah. And so we go to it, right? It's like in Little Mexico. Like there's a chop shop. Like we pull up and there's like a chop shop.
Yeah.
On one thing. There's like a rundown taco joint. And then there's like a couple houses. We pull up to the house and like, oh, this ain't bad. Like we're not staying in there. Like we're staying in the back of it. Like everybody's kind of like, what are we doing? We're about to die. We had to go into the mailbox and we had to like put in like 2 separate codes to get the keys. Then you go onto the right side of the house to get to the back. And what I had thought and what I had told them was like, it was like what the description said was like a large RV.
Okay.
that like could fit like 6, 7 people or something in there. What it turned out to be was like in the back of this house, there was like 5 or 6 shipping crates that had beds in them.
Like what would have fallen off the Suez Canal?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it had like sinks and bathrooms, but it was like a shipping crate, not an RV, which the thing said. So it was like $50 a night or whatever to stay in shipping crates. And fucking, there's only there's 2 like pull-out beds.
Are they
And
like cots or is it like a proper bed?
Cots.
It's a cot.
Yeah, they're
So
cots.
It looks like those like detention facilities on the border of Mexico.
And they're small. Yeah. Like if you're taking a shower, half your ass is out. You have to turn around to get in to wash the other side. Like the bathroom is small. And there's 2 beds or cots in the back that like pulled out. And then there's one big mattress that we had to sleep fucking head to toe in
Yeah.
because there's nowhere else to go.
How much did you pay for this shipping container?
A couple $100
A night or total?
total.
Oh, okay. I guess that's not terrible.
They had it
For
was
sh-
just
it's
it,
shipping container prices.
it was just bizarre, and they were like, "Yeah, we're never letting you book anything again." And I was like, "Well, I mean, I booked it. Like, if it weren't for me, we wouldn't be here. But I also kind of did this because it'd be fun. Like, this is a story to tell. Like, they didn't like
At
that.
some point in my life, I'm going to start a podcast and I can tell this story on episode 7.
Whatever. And it's hilarious to think back on it. I mean, there was like a hot tub back there.
No, okay. So you said there are multiple shipping containers.
Yeah.
Were there multiple people staying in each shipping container? Like, was it different people, like different hotel suites?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you want to call them suites, yeah,
Yeah, no.
rooms. There's different crates with different people in there.
Getting that California experience.
Yeah, the first thing we did was went to a dispensary.
That you didn't even partake in.
I tried. Have I ever told you this?
Yeah, 'cause you don't know how to inhale anything.
Yeah. They were like, yeah. Well, I thought I did. We got so much fucking weed,
Yeah.
so much, and like I went through like a whole joint myself, and I've never smoked before, and I was just like I would like go like, and like I would like swallow it like I would go like that, and like nothing was happening. I fucking chiefed the whole thing. And I was like, I feel I'm too strong for the weed. Like nothing's happening.
And what's crazy is that was like California weed, like California dispensary weed. And you said you smoked an entire joint and you were like,
Oh, yeah.
I'm Gucci.
Everybody else was like glazed over like within minutes. And I'm just sitting here, like, this shit ain't shit.
Which I can see that because listen, man, I watched you try and light a pipe today, and I was like, it's just so I never really smoked cigarettes anymore. I never smoked cigarettes like at all growing up, like as a kid. So I never smoked. So when I first started like smoking weed, it was like I had to train myself how to inhale smoke because if you've never done it before, it's not something that you like. If you're around smoke, like a fucking fire, you're not like
Yeah.
like trying to inhale things. So it's like, and if you smoke a cigar or a pipe, you don't inhale. So
Right.
like the act of doing that is strange for sure if you've never done it before.
Yeah. And they were
gone.
gone.
And you were like just arriving. You're like, hey guys.
Yeah, I'm here. And then from there, we went to it's in San Diego. So then we went out. It's like a 2-hour drive to LA.
Yeah, depending on traffic.
Yeah. And we got there. We went to the the comedy store
Mm-hmm.
in our fucking minivan. And I remember because when you like, there's the place, and then there's like, oh, I don't even know how many people are in line. It's so backed up. But then there's a parking ramp right there, and I remember we pull through the parking ramp, like, and the guy taking tickets is taking like Maseratis and Range Rovers and Lambos and all this stuff, and then we roll up with this fucking minivan. He's like, he like go like this, like to roll down the window.
Yeah.
You guys lost? The fuck are you guys doing here? Like, we're here for the show. What show? The comedy club. You got tickets? It's like, yeah. He's like, all right, I guess you can park in here. And our buddy was driving. He's like, yo, this is a fucking foreign dog. he like flipped the keys to him, and then we left.
What a baller move.
Oh yeah. It was the whole. That was, I think, the last trip that I went on. But I'm excited to get out of here.
Me-
Florida should be dope.
I'm excited. Just North Carolina, man. I'm excited for the fish. I'm excited for the barbecue. I'm excited to do all the touristy things. Like go to the aquarium.
Aquariums are dope.
Aquariums are fuck the ocean. I want to see fish in like cages.
I went to the Buffalo Zoo last year,
Yeah.
and they had a polar bear.
The baby one?
It was full grown,
Oh, okay.
and that thing was sick, big, and just swimming. Like I don't think I've ever been up close and just been astonished like I was to that polar bear.
See, and do you like when you go to the zoo? Do you like big animals like that?
I like all things cool.
Okay. See, like if I go to the zoo, I don't really care about 90% of the animals in the zoo. I want to see the fucking red pandas, and I want to see the otters.
Foxes and otters.
They're the most suspecting, like not fucking scary or like powerful animals. Like I want to see little red pandas that are like fat foxes that fucking roll over. Like that's what a red panda is.
Yeah, I like all.
No,
I'll go
it's
to
just,
any zoo.
It's just so. Cause listen, we get along very well, I think. But like, it's so funny hearing you like talk. You're like, yeah, this fucking polar bear was so fucking majestic, and then I'm like, I don't give a fuck about polar bears. I want to see a fucking fat panda. Like,
They're not even fat though. Red pandas aren't fat.
red pandas are fat.
Unless I'm thinking, no, they're like little foxes.
No, they're like fat foxes. They hang out in trees all day. And
I don't
eat
know
shit.
how you can compare that. I mean, the size of the polar bear's fucking mitts.
No, that's what I mean. It's like you like these giant fucking huge things, and I like otters and red pandas.
well,
That's the
they
point I
had
was trying
bald
to make.
eagles there. Bald eagles are cool.
Look, it's like a fat fox.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Like,
a thick fox.
oh my, like, come on, people. Tell me this is not the fucking cutest thing in the world. Look at that fucking thing. Oh, wrong camera.
No, they're cute.
Oh my god. So cute.
But the polar bear, like, it had like a thing, and it would like it would climb up there, and then it would fall back like this, and it would just fucking swim around, and it'd go do it again. I don't know. That thing was massive. Like, it was just, I don't know, because they
Huge.
had like rhinos or something. I don't give a fuck about the rhino. It just stands there
I've never seen a rhino ever do anything at a zoo. They always
didn't
just
do
stand there.
in a hippo. I think it might have been a hippo there too. Buffalo Zoo is kind of trash, but
It's
the
very
polar
trash.
bear is.
Erie Zoo's pretty nice. We went to Erie Zoo not too long ago, and that one was really
Where
nice.
else are you going besides North Carolina, or is it
We
Virginia
are
Beach,
leaving.
too?
Well, no. So we are leaving, and then from Buffalo, we are going to Pittsburgh. Going to catch a Pirates game, get some dogs, and then from Pittsburgh, we're driving to Virginia and doing this Appalachian Trail section called McAfee Knob, which is like this gnarly like overlook over these mountains. And then we're going to be in Carolina Beach for 6 days. Carolina Beach to Baltimore, Baltimore to DC to play Topgolf, and then we're getting the fuck back.
Oh, I always wanted to play Topgolf.
Oh, we're not like we're going to DC. Where I don't think we're going to do any of like the national monuments or anything. Like I think we're strictly driving from Baltimore, because that's where our hotel is, to DC just to play Topgolf and then driving back.
I've done all that. I've been in the White House. I've seen the Lincoln statue and the Washington Monument. I've done all of it.
Yep, I've seen that stuff too.
The, when I was in the White House when I was a kid, and my dad didn't know that he had to buy tickets to get in there.
You just
So we-
show up to
yeah,
the White House.
Yeah, we just stood in line, and they were like, "You got tickets?" You're like, "No, you got tickets." So we like got out of line, and then there was a cop on a horse, like patrolling stuff.
Yeah.
And my dad goes, "Bub, my sister, you start crying, say you can't get into the White House." And my sister on cue started bawling, right? And the cop was like, "Oh yeah, we thought she could get into the White House, and she's super sad." And the cop escorted us into line, said it was cool for us to go in without
Stop
tickets.
it.
Yeah, my dad,
What a
got us in
grifter.
there.
That's
Yeah.
like the definition of grifting.
whatever. Yeah,
That's funny.
my sister on cue. She's like fucking 4.
Who was president? Was it Bush or was it first Obama?
Oh no, this was when I was
So
a
it was,
kid.
so it was Bush, probably.
Probably Bush. Yeah.
Well, right, because 9/11 was 2001. We were however
Yeah,
old
that
I
had to
was.
have been right around there. Or before.
So who else could it have been? Who was before Bush?
Clinton?
No.
Clinton was in the 90s.
Was it Clinton Bush?
I think so. Did Bush have 2 terms?
Yeah.
So from 2000 to 2008 was Bush?
It was either
6?
Clinton Bush or Bush Bush. No, it was
wasn't
Clinton Bush. It was Clinton Bush.
Yeah, I think Clinton was 94. At some point in 94.
Yeah.
No, I like doing all that touristy stuff. You'll have fun. But that's not. When are you leaving?
14th. 14th to the 25th.
Yeah, and my second trip won't be until the 15th, so
So we'll be gone at the same time.
we'll have to either record Well, we can record one and then just record another one and put it out.
Well, we can record 2 of them.
Yeah, but one we can will be the regular scheduled podcast,
Yeah.
and then if we just want to, or we could skip.
We'll see
How
how.
about this? To all of our loyal listeners out there, if you have to thumbs up this video, if we get how many likes? 7.
What's so crazy is this. It's such an uncomfortable thing to do this, right? Like,
Yeah.
to all the people, if you like it, like and subscribe. But if we get so many likes, like, I see these people on fucking Instagram or on YouTube or on TikTok. Like, it's like a weird fucking thought process. We have to be like and subscribe. If we get 600 likes, we'll do this. Like,
And they usually lead off with it.
yeah. Whereas we're like, I feel like we don't stutter or we don't like have any sort of lapses in anything. But when it's like, so you can subscribe to us if you want how many likes. It's a weird,
I want some fan engagement, bitches.
much better. That's what I'm looking for.
So if you want one, let us know. We'll put out 2.
Yeah. Otherwise, you'll just not talk to us for a week.
Yeah.
I mean, we're only getting about 60 views per.
That's about 59 more than I thought.
To be 100%, I'm on the same boat as you. I'm like, those are individual people. Those are 50 individual people. Like, that's kind of dope. I don't really.
Yeah, I don't take any of that for granted.
I
If
don't-
anybody tunes into this, like, that's cool.
I'm stoked. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like I didn't think about good enough things to bring up. Some weeks I'm like,
Me too. We usually say that after every single podcast.
Yeah.
Like, how was that?
some weeks I'm like, that was fucking dope, and others I'm like, that was all right. That was an okay conversation between us. 'Cause at the end of the day, it's all it is. It's just a conversation, right? But it's just what we talk about.
Yeah.
Makes it a little difficult.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I didn't normally, before we do these podcasts, I smoke a little because it gets my brain. I feel like it restarts, it jump starts the COVID shot that just disconnected all my neurons. That we just kind of re-engages them so I can have thoughts. I didn't smoke so much this week, so I feel like my my thought pattern was all sporadic.
Okay. I don't smoke at all.
No, I know
what,
you don't.
I don't know what you want me to say back.
No, not at all. Sometimes I like one of these podcasts. I want to eat like a proper edible, and like some of the stuff that comes into my brain, man, when I get high, are like the other day, I genuinely thought like I was an astrophysicist that I just like solved the world's fucking questions. Talking to you out loud when we were there, I was like when we were at Cornhole today, I was like, I don't think I did that at all. But like at the time, I felt like I was Albert Einstein.
Yeah.
And I want you to experience that moment because it was so fucking great.
Would it be better if I was high?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay. Well, that ain't gonna happen.
No,
So you have to do your
no,
best.
no. I mean, like, just experience that feeling of like thinking that this idea that you had is like the greatest idea that's ever existed.
But I'm saying, what I think your idea is as great as you think while you're high, while I'm high.
Yes, 100%,
Interesting.
100%. Although I still think listen, not to backtrack what I just said. I think it was a really good theory. Like I feel like we don't have to talk about it on this podcast. We don't think about quantum fucking mechanics on here. But I was like, it was bonkers.
Bonkers.
It was fucking bonkers.
I like that word.
I thought I figured out why we get thoughts.
Might as well let them know now.
Oh man. So, all right, I guess we can. So first, you have to understand the many worlds theory, which I kind of explained to you, T, earlier. But to explain it again, I did like a bullshit definition here. The many worlds interpretation is the interpretation of quantum mechanics that asserts that the universal wave function is objectively real and that there is no wave function collapse. Basically implies that all possible outcomes of a quantum measurement are physically realized in some world or universe. So, to explain this, you have a particle, right? People either say like a particle is like a point or it's like a wave, okay? There's two different thoughts, right? So basically a particle does something, so it spins, okay? If you send that particle into a laser beam, okay, it's spinning, so when it hits the beam, it's either going to go spin up or spin down. Make sense?
So far.
Okay, so then we know what that particle does. It's either spin up or spin down. So if the laser was horizontal and then we decide to do it vertically, right? We know that that particle that we just used was spin up, say. If we send it through that other laser beam, we should know exactly where that particle goes by knowing that it was spin up before, right? But what's crazy is that when you observe the particle, it does either or, 50-50. You can't predict it. It does random, okay? So that leads these quantum physicists to say that like a particle is different when you observe it than when you do not observe it. And like you may say like what the fuck does that mean? That sounds crazy. But the very like popular theory in quantum physics and quantum mechanics is that it's in a superposition of both. So there is a version of you that sees that particle do one thing, and there's a version of you that sees that particle do another thing. It's in a superposition of both. So that's like the many worlds theory. There's a version of you that sees one thing, and there's a version of you that sees something else. Does that kind of make sense? It's crazy.
That is ever branching off, because once you see one thing, that'll lead you into two other things.
Yes.
That'll branch off.
Realities, basically. Okay, and this is a very well-respected like theory in quantum mechanics, okay? So
But isn't the thing that nobody knows quantum mechanics? Like,
No.
it's the hardest thing.
Well,
Like, that's what we're keep trying to figure out.
Sure, you get to a certain point, and that's where like this is. And at the end of this is just a theory, like it's.
Okay.
But it's a very good theory.
Okay.
Makes sense. So my fucking thought where I was shit high was that if you believe in the theory of quantum like mechanics and the many worlds theory, right? Something happens and there's a wave function and there's superposition of both. So there's a version of you that sees one thing and there's a version of you that does something else. When you just have a thought in your brain, right? It just kind of pops up into your head. What if that is the version of quantum mechanics? So there's a version of you that's doing something and you are getting the opposite, then that is what a thought is. Because I don't know about you, but when you, like, we've talked about this too, like, where do fucking thoughts come from? They just sort of appear in your head, right? Like, how fucking crazy would that be? Is if that theory is real, and every thought that comes into your head, every decision that you make, whether it's to put salt on a fucking fish or to do whatever, is because there's another version of you deciding to do something else. Therefore, you get this thought in your head.
But there's so many thoughts.
And how many thoughts do you have in a fucking day?
You can't count them all.
No, you can't.
Here's my question.
Which is yeah. Now,
When you
listen
say
just
it's
really
the-
quick, I definitely understand how fucking crazy this sounds. So like, I get it, but
If you have a thought
yeah,
and you said it's the opposite of whatever the other version of you did,
sure.
is there always an opposite?
In most cases, yeah. I mean,
So, like,
There's, like,
let's,
rules
let's
to
just
this,
use your
but-
example where you were like, if I'm thinking, oh, I want to salt a fish, like,
Sure.
when I cook it. So the other version would be like, I'm not going to salt
yes,
this fish.
sure. Or let's just use this as an example, right? Now this is getting crazy. Like there's just ultimate. There's an infinite number of realities, right? But when you think about it, so like let's say you decide that you're walking down the street, okay, and you decide to go straight and you decide to go right. There's a thought in your head that decides I'm gonna keep walking straight, and there's a thought in your head that when you go, you're like I'm gonna turn right here, right?
Sure.
Which means then there would be what I'm saying is that if this quantum mechanics many worlds theory, there's a version of you that keeps going straight, and the thought in your head that tells you in this reality that goes right is the exact opposite of whatever that other reality is doing. Does that make kind of sense?
It does. And my problem with it is,
Sure. No, like Ken, I'm not a fucking quantum
we
physicist.
all say
This
that
is-
like the universe is ever expanding, right?
Yep.
But is it? I mean, just you alone, and how many of those branches there are, and then think about the 7 billion people in this world. It would have to be expanding so fucking fast and so wide to capture everything.
Okay. Well, that goes into
Like the universe.
right. So the universe from like the Big Bang to now, right? But that's like the idea of like what space time is. Is it's like, it's,
The space-time transfunctioner.
Sultan. The universe is flat. You know that, right?
Sure.
So the universe, you can measure it, right? Like, so the universe from
flat universe theory.
no, that's not a theory. It's like you can measure it. It's like geometry. So like that goes into like the theory of relativity, right? So the idea that space is flat. Right? You
Allegedly, that's what they tell me. I ain't no fucking astrophysicist.
Yeah, neither am I. But I'm just, I guess, just reiterating.
I'm not Neil deGrasse Tyson.
But no, that's the idea, is that the universe is flat. It's just we are so minuscule that we can't even comprehend how large it is, but it's just flat sections of the universe, space. And all those many worlds are just stacked on top of each other. That's the way I think of it.
It's interesting, and we'll never find out the answer.
Never. Not in our lifetime, or probably any lifetime. But
I always liked the theory, like, thoughts and ideas are like, they're so astronomically small. They're like organisms that somehow infiltrate you, that they light up a neuron that gives you it. Like, they're floating, like, ideas are floating out there everywhere.
that's literally Scientology.
What?
So are you familiar with like the Scientologist belief system? So they believe.
I've read about it.
They
I don't remember
believe.
any of it.
Now listen, I'm gonna explain to this, and then me talking about the many worlds theory is gonna sound just as fucking crazy. But they believe that millennia ago, there was a intergalactic war and battle, between alien races.
I'm already out.
Already
That's not what
out.
I'm talking about.
No, but listen, just listen. Intergalactic battle between alien races. One of their ships crash landed, went into a volcano. All the aliens died, burned up. Their spirits went up and came inside of us, and that's why we have feelings. That's why we have emotions. That's why we get sick. It's because these things fucking get inside of us and like make us feel these things. So that's where I was getting at with you, and the ideas like going into your head.
Maybe Scientologist people are right.
Maybe. Maybe not.
Yeah, and those flat universe people can go fuck off.
Dude, space is flat.
Allegedly,
No, it is flat.
you can't see it,
Well, we're in it.
You would
That's how gravity
yeah.
works.
but you would never.
That's the theory of relativity. The theory of
It's
relativity
too late for this.
is 10 o'clock.
I don't know.
For the
Thoughts
record,
come from somewhere.
100%. But also, for the record, I'm not saying Earth is flat. I'm saying that
I know that's
space.
my kind of play on words.
No, I know. I don't want people reading or like listening to this being like, Mike thinks the Earth's flat, because it's not.
Oh,
Oh,
I don't
man.
know.
What a way to end it. Anything else you want to say to the folks on the podcast?
No, I have nothing. I don't know how I just did this podcast with a sweatshirt on because it's hotter than dog breath in here.
Yeah, I got to the heat's still on. I think I got to turn that shit off. All right, guys. Hey, thank you so much for listening. I really hope that this audio worked. Otherwise, we're going to have to steal it from the video. But thanks for listening. We'll see you next week. Oh, wrong one.
Good. Good.
Oh, we're still getting better at this.
Good.
All right.
Good.
Bye.
Good. Good.
Our shit's
Good.
broken.
Or shit.
Good.
Bye. Catch you next week.
Good.
Keeps fucking going back.
Good.
All right. Bye, guys.